Good morning. It's about 5 o'clock and today is day 2 of being at the airport at 5 a.m. It's really uneventful in the morning here in upstate New York. I tried dropping Darren off yesterday and I got a call in about 20 minutes from Dare Bear, come pick me up. My flight's been canceled, so here we are again. And I am waiting this time because I don't know about you, but there's something really wrong about falling asleep early in the morning and then having to wake up 20 minutes later or so because you have to get back in the car and go all over again. So I just decided to sit here and wait a few minutes and make sure that he's through security and he is good to go, and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna refinish the Kenmore. So we'll see what happens with that. See you later. I just got the text. He's on his mission. He is through security and the flight is a go. So I'm gonna head home and start my day.
Oliver, you're a naughty boy. Stop it. You're being not. Leave my kitty alone. Stop it. Stop it. Go away. Stop. I said no. Okay. So now you got a sneak peek of my kitchen. We're actually refinishing it. And we have one wall sheetrocked. And this wall is scary. But it was a Geneva metal kitchen cabinets, so they're pretty thumbs up for the 1960s or maybe the 50s. I don't know. I think it's more of a 60s thing. I'm not sure.
I said something that sounded wrong.
What'd you say?
I said we have a bottle opener right here.
Oh, we have a bottle opener right here. Can you see that, y'all? There it is. If you want some pop. So right now I'm on my way to my sister's in Beats house to print out all of our records from our visit at Sloan Kettering, which was, well, how do I phrase this? Okay, it reminds me of when I was a senior in high school, and let's just put this out there. I'm attention deficit disorder, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's a beautiful thing. It makes people that are ADD are very creative and are wonderful people. So I'm just gonna put that little disclaimer out there about that. But why was I telling you that? Shoot. Oh, anyways, I was. What was I gonna say? See what I mean by the ADD? So the visit didn't go very well, and so we had some blood work done. They wanted to do some more labs on Alex. And they also wanted to do a pulmonary function test, which sees the capacity of his lungs, because at this point where we're at, he cannot have surgery and he desperately needs to have surgery very soon. So I need to figure out what's happening with his lungs. They need to figure it out, and then we need to work together to try and get him healthy enough to have these operations. And there will probably be several, so that's that. It just came back to me. So when I was a senior in high school, we all took our SATs, and I knew that they were not going to be stellar. So when I got my score, I was devastated. I was very sad. I knew it wasn't great, but I didn't realize how bad it was. And that's exactly how I felt. Actually, it was almost like the same feeling. A lot of the things that we're experiencing brings me back to like 20 years ago or 35 years ago. It's crazy that the thoughts and the emotions that are being, they're kind of coming up to the surface again. And I don't know how to put it into words, but I guess there are probably times in my life where I was really upset and devastated and felt helpless. And so when you're feeling that way again, it kind of brings back the same feelings. So not that this helps you, but it's just my silly brain and how it functions. It helps strengthen and tone your abs. How's it work? Good for you.
It's working great.
Wow, you're going in a circle. Can you go around? Can you travel on it?
We probably can't get far.
Is it working?
I'm feeling like it's working my abs, definitely. And you know what? It's good for all ages. It doesn't discriminate.
I love that.
Burger here, I still think of when my son worked here when he was like
What are you
16.
getting?
He used to pick me
I might get a burger and not eat the bun. Just like I take the top off and just eat it. Sue, who's cooking tonight? Matt. Matt. Oh no. Patrick was out.
My skin. Look at that. Yeah. Where is it? Where'd it go? Watch.
She's swatching it. It is actually an Ulta palette. It's probably one of the cheapy ones that you get in a kit of fun color stuff.
It feels horrible.
It doesn't have a good color payoff.
Also, this bronzer,
It's a little bit brown for my skin.
brown for your skin?
No, not dark enough.
This is brown for your skin? When you put this on, is it too dark?
I don't know, it feels
If I
dark.
put this on my face, I don't even think you would see it.
Oh, I see that. You don't see that?
Like, look at it on my arm.
That's not my arm though. Look at that. That's brown.
Yeah, that's your skin.
Look. That's brown.
Yeah, not here. Look at that.
I think I
didn't
talked a little bit about the kitchen. So the kitchen is, you see all this stuff that's going on. It's a construction site. It's actually like, we don't even have a stove up here. That's a microwave. That's it. It's like camping. Camping in the Duncan compound.
Except we have another kitchen.
We do have one in the basement. I don't want you to think that we're living like, I don't know, nomads.
Like we're like living in our house that's being redone, like we don't have another kitchen.
We do. We have a 2-burner stove and a little oven that sits on top of the counter, and we have a little kitchen. But it's kind of a big kitchen. It's not big.
No, the space.
It's a good space. It's like a
But
good.
there's no stove
It's a
or
basement. It's a
oven.
basement. It's a basement kitchen.
But there's a fridge that's bigger than this fridge.
It's a big fridge. This lighting isn't good for the face. It's direct lighting down on the face. Shows all the lines. Yeah. So it's midnight, Sunday night. Had a good day. Went to the Christmas tree shop. Found lots of fun things and played in the store for several hours. And then my sister and I, so I had this fantastic idea. When you want to go shopping but you don't want to spend any money, if you walk around the whole store and you fill your cart up and then you just walk out and don't get it in line, just leave the cart there and just,
So then the
it's just,
employees have to put away all
it's
their
just
crap.
shopping therapy. So, and I tried to talk my sister into it because by the end of I discovered today that I have register anxiety. Like when I get up to the register, they have all this stuff like all over in front of the register. And I always think, where are they going to put all the things to bring them out? And it annoys me. It just frustrates me. So I almost want to just stop, drop, and run. Like there's a fire in my body, but it's not really a fire. So I said, hey, I got an idea. Why don't we just leave our cart here and walk out of the store? We'll just leave it here. And she didn't think that was a good idea. So then the next game that we play, because that's not really a game, I said, let's see who wins. So we bring our stuff up to the register, and of course I always win. She spent $50 and I spent over $200. So I won the game. But then we had to carry all the stuff out through the mall, through Macy's, and I felt like we went to the wall and we were carrying, I feel like we went to the well and we were carrying water buckets back to the car because we had like both hands were like this and my arms were burning, and I just keep stopping and take a deep breath because my chest was having chest pains, but it's not a...
Did you tell your YouTube?
I didn't have a heart attack because I went to the emergency room this week and they put me on a monitor because I was having chest pains, but I'm just out of shape, and I have a very healthy heart apparently, and it was just anxiety. So anxiety is real, people. Like depression hurts, anxiety scares you, and it scared me. It scared me into thinking I was having a heart attack, and I wasn't. So that's my fun story for Sunday night.
What kind of human is this made for? I'm
We're
serious.
still talking about the makeup
Because
palette.
this is so white and this bronzer is so light. Like, what is that gonna do?
I don't know.
That looks horrible, and that you can't even see it.
I know it's really bad. So anyways, the other thing I had to tell you is I'm not very technical. I'm not technical savvy.
The worst person with technology in the entire planet.
So I went over to my sister's and to Peace House to see if they could get me on a patient portal with Memorial Sloan Kettering for my son. And I tell you, I'm telling you the truth here, it took us from 3 o'clock until 10 to get everything straightened out. It was so bad that I couldn't remember my password that they kind of like punished me and said you have to wait 2 hours before you can get back on again because I kept putting in the wrong password. So now I've got a portal patient thingy and I'm good to go. So ready for the week. And last week was a busy week and a crazy week, and this week is going to be another crazy week, but hopefully we will have more answers and be ready to roll.
I think maple syrup smells like pee.
I don't think maple syrup smells like pee. Night.
I thought you were talking